That's the intro. What's good everyone on YouTube? It's me again, back with another video. And today we are talking about a shoe that came out quite a while ago. It's a collaboration between quite a well-known person, Parra, and Nike actually. And Parra's had some collaborations in the past that have been sort of really highly coveted. I myself have looked at some of these older collaborations and I've actually really been drawn to the Amsterdam Air Max 1. To be honest though, the prices on a lot of these Parra shoes have gone up ridiculously. Except for this shoe, which is a really interesting thing in my opinion, because I'm just gonna say it, I actually think this shoe looked better than the Air Max 1, but let's just get into it. So, today we are talking about the Zoom Spiridon Parra in the, I guess, Parra colorway. So, let's just get onto it. So with that, let's get into the box. And we've got this white sort of Nike Lab box. This is the inverse of what we would usually have. But on the sides, we've got this really nice kind of like pop art graphic. And this is sort of like Parra's, I guess, graphic that he used for this particular silhouette. And if we slide out the box, we've got pretty standard packing paper. And the shoes were stuffed with pretty standard brown paper. And there weren't any extra laces or anything, nothing too special. So, not going to comment too much about the box itself. And if we move to the side, it reads Zoom Spiridon Parra. So, the retail price on these. The retail on these, I think back in the day was like, what, like $230 or $250 or something like that. I didn't actually get this at retail. I ended up getting these through a trade. I traded a pair of Photo Blue React Element 87s for this particular shoe. So, in essence, I paid 230 bucks. I'll put the conversion here. And in all fairness, I think the Photo Blue ended up going up in value further than this shoe, so technically that guy won out. But let's be honest, just a regular no-name shoe versus a collaboration, I think I won in the end. But that is for you guys to decide. So, the box out of the way, let's get into the shoes. And here we are, the Zoom Spiridon Parras in, I guess, the Parra colorway. So, immediately the most noticeable thing about this particular shoe is the mudguard. And the mudguard uses the same graphics that we found on the side of the box. So we've got these sort of different layers of like red and white stripes, and then grey and darker grey stripes, a polka dot sort of section, and then we've also got like a pink and purple stripes zone. Pretty much it's just a bunch of patches all along the mudguard with the different sort of graphics. The upper itself, like the top part, is pretty standard for most Spiridons. We've got this mesh sort of cage that goes over the sort of finer mesh across the entire shoe. And the shoe is completely covered in 3M. So we've got these like 3M lines that are the lace holes, as well as this 3M piping along each layer. So when you hit the shoe with a flash, this shoe really lights up quite nicely. And then another notable feature is the swoosh itself is this nice sort of like shiny blue metallic kind of plastic color, and it looks really nice against like the sort of more matted patterns on the mudguard. And then on the laces, we've actually got this sort of like candy cane sort of print, so it's quite nice. Nice little added sort of zest to the shoe. Did I just say zest? Yes, I did. And then another interesting thing is on the insoles, we've actually got the same sort of graphic. And on the left shoe, we've got Nike Air. And on the right shoe, we've actually got Parra. I just had to double check. And the insole graphics on both shoes are a bit different. I'm not sure if it completes the whole photo, but I'll put a photo up and let's see if it does. And then moving down to the midsole, we've got the standard sort of foam midsole, as well as on the bottom, on the outsole, we've got the standard sort of blue outsole. Hello, Windows 10. Shush. We've got the standard blue outsole, and we've actually got the Zoom AirPods in the forefoot and in the heel. So that pretty much covers this particular shoe. In terms of sizing, I always find that Zoom Spiridons tend to fit a bit small, so I opt to go up a half size in all my Zoom Spiridons, and this is no different. So I would highly recommend, even if you have a normal foot, to probably go up half a size in this shoe. If you need to verify this, go test them out in store, but the thing is, I don't think they sell Spiridons these days. But I would highly recommend going up half a size in this shoe at least. So this shoe is a size 10. I'm usually a 9.5 and they fit me great. Now, in terms of comfort, the Zoom Spiridon is actually quite a comfortable retro model. The Zoom Air is bottom loaded, so in terms of like that underfoot direct contact, you don't really feel it. Your foot's really kind of sitting on this pretty standard feeling foam, but it still provides... That was a weird noise. It still provides really nice spring back and feedback. And the upper itself is actually quite breathable and quite flexible. So overall, for a retro model, I actually find that the Zoom Spiridon is a very comfortable shoe. I wouldn't say the most comfortable, but definitely up there. Now I'll get into the part of the video where I talk about my opinions on this shoe. And honestly, as I said before at the start, I actually think this shoe looked better than the Parra Air Max 1s in this particular pack. I really didn't actually like the friends and family version, and the Parra Air Max 1 itself, while it was pretty good, I just think that the Zoom Spiridon really sort of stepped it up. And I know that the only real difference I would say is like the shiny swoosh, but I actually think the shiny swoosh looks a lot better on this sort of pattern. But also, I would say the Zoom Spiridon itself as a silhouette is a really slept on silhouette. It's honestly got these really nice retro vibes. I like the wavy lines on the midsole, and the shape of the shoe itself is actually quite sleek while also being a little bit chunky as well. And honestly, it's a more comfortable shoe than the Air Max 1, as it should be, because the Air Max 1's a lot older. But yeah, and it's surprising to me that this shoe really hasn't gone up in value, despite the fact that the shoe's been out. I think it's already been over a year now. And if you're in the market for anything Parra, honestly, you'd be doing yourself a favor to get this shoe. It's comfortable, it's a nice retro silhouette, and it honestly has the same sort of patterns and look that the Air Max 1 did. And the Air Max 1 now is selling for like 800 Australian dollars, whereas this is still selling for like 300 Australian. So you'd be doing yourself a favor to your wallet as well. So overall, I would just say underrated, disrespected. I love this shoe, and I think a lot more people should really sort of wake up to this shoe, but that's just me. So with that, we come to the end of another video. So I'd love to hear what you guys think of the Air Zoom Spiridon Parras in this Parra colorway. And of all the Parra collaborations that exist, including like the newer ones and the older ones that have happened, which is your favorite? So I would go as far to say like this is probably one of my favorites, despite the fact it's a Spiridon. And yeah, as I said, the Amsterdam Air Max 1 honestly was a really nice sort of colorway. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Like the video, no, let's not do that one. We're doing like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you guys are into more sneaker content and that sort of thing, as well as vlogs and maybe dance stuff, consider subscribing to the channel. Time for the on feet, and I'll catch you guys in another video. To be fair, if this is remaining to be slept on, it means I can cop them forever and ever and ever.